And here we are again. You can call this part two of part two or part three of the entire series. I apologize for that abrupt end of transmission. I had to go to the bathroom. I would, if you could tell, if you were paying attention and you kind of notice all the shifting around and stuff, yeah. Oh, dear Lord. I have one nervous bladder and it was not cooperating. So I apologize. I had to run to the bathroom. And this is where a professional editor would mostly be appreciated to just cut this all out, cut that part out, and just blend the two segments into one. But, oh well, it is what it is. The show must go on. So if anybody keeps watching through all this and tolerates my BS, I thank you so much. But I hope you're getting a good laugh out of it. So, let's finish up these picks and get a move on here. All right. Here to me is the game of the day. The Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Two teams coming off of huge blowout wins, although the Dolphins definitely kind of puts the Bills to shame as they double that score, almost kind of doubled it in a quarter, because holy moly. I mean, I think it's safe to say the Bills ain't going to give up that much points. Maybe at best, no more than, say, 30-something. At best or at worst, however you will. But, man, this ought to be a good one. Now, hopefully the good Buffalo team shows up and not the week one Buffalo team. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be a long day for the Bills, just like it was for the Broncos. Although, hopefully not as bad. So we know the Dolphins got two good running backs. We know Tua can run it, so they can definitely run that ball and keep it out of Josh Allen's hands. I don't know if defense will be a factor in this or not. I mean, the Bills' defense definitely came to play week 3. They were definitely there on display in week 1. And, yeah, we're even on display for the beatdown of the Raiders. So, yeah, maybe the Bills do have the defense to slow up the Dolphins. They just got to take a page from New England, who gave up only 24 points and kept it close. My gut is favoring the Bills for... Where did I write that down? Oh, no, there it is. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. Looking at my notes here, I originally circled Miami, but I take that back. My gut likes the Bills more because let's just break this down first, folks, okay? I know everybody is on the Miami hype train because of how well they blew out Denver, but that was Denver. And I'm sorry to say the Broncos are a bad football team, okay? So when a good team takes advantage of a bad team, you can't take that into perspective because when two good teams face off, you throw everything out the window, what they did the previous week to two slouch teams, okay? Yes, I call Washington a slouch. They have to prove me otherwise. But yeah, my gut likes Buffalo. This is going to be a great game. I wish I could just start setting the scene and how we think this is all going to play out, but I really don't want to take up too much time on this video. I just want to get through my picks. But again, my gut likes Buffalo. We got to have the good Josh Allen, not make any mistakes like he did in week 1, because if that happens, yeah, it's not going to look pretty for the Bills at all. As for Buffalo's defense, I mean, good luck trying to slow down Miami's offense. That's all I'm going to say. Just good luck, because they are pure speed. Tua with the ground and the pass. Tyreek Hill. I didn't look at an injury report. I don't know if Jalen Waddle is going to be available, but if he is, that's just more of a workload for Buffalo. But not to say that the Dolphins are going to have it any easier, because let's be honest, I don't know if they have a shutdown defense or not. I mean, granted, they held New England to 17 points, but it's not like New England's offense is like game buster points at this, They had a hard time with the Chargers. And like I said, I'm not going to count anything with Denver because that was just not Denver's day. So I'll say at best, maybe this game will be like Buffalo 38, Miami 34. Alrighty, let's see. Bengals Titans. I gotta be honest, there's nothing interesting about this game. Just the fact that Joe Burrow's health. Is he going to be okay? Do the Titans bounce back after getting beat up by the Browns? They could definitely do that against this Bengals team that shouldn't be looking this lackluster, because they've got offensive weapons too, but for some reason they just can't get it going. They just cannot get it going like they did last year. And then again, they started out rough last year, but they were still putting up points. So, you take it as it is. It's hard to call. Again, it's another interesting game that could go either way. My gut's going to favor the Bengals because, like I said, I think the Titans just suck. Whatever window they had is closed. The Tannehill train is just derailed. Derrick Henry, I think he's going to look to get out. And Mike Vrabel, I think, is going to be fired at the end of this season. Okay, so I called the Dolphins and the Bills the game of the week. This other one, I think, is the second best game to watch. Okay, maybe it's not going to be the best game, but it's definitely interesting to watch. The 0-3 Broncos at the 0-3 Chicago Bears. And I'm already thinking to myself, you would think the Broncos can win this game. They've definitely looked like the better team compared to how the Bears have looked. But the Broncos just find ways to lose and lose interesting. Will that happen in Chicago? I mean, who knows? As of right now, you would think Denver should be able to win this one. But I thought the same thing in week 1 against the Raiders, and they let me down. So, I will give you the edge, Denver. I'm sorry, Dad. Just, your Bears suck. I don't know what to tell you. Like, Justin Fields, he definitely still has promise, but it's getting wasted. So, you need to really get some, really need to get some work done there, Chicago, because apparently whatever you did this offseason, it wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough at all. Okay, moving on. Raiders at Chargers. Well, the Chargers are going to be without some 2 key up pieces on their offense. Oh, boy. The Raiders might be without Jimmy Garoppolo as he's got a concussion. So, I'm going to favor the Bolts still because, they still got Justin Herbert. They're still a better team, but they just find ways to lose. They didn't lose last week, though. Give them credit. They pulled it out. And I hope they pull it out again against the Raiders. I mean, man, how can it be that we have so many games here that are going to go either way? I like the Chargers in this one. Home field advantage. They just don't like the Raiders or their head coach or their ownership, Josh McDaniels. That was it. Josh McDaniels. His name escaped me earlier. There it was. Everybody gives McDaniels a lot of grief for his decision to kick the field goal instead of going for a touchdown and a 2-point try. But any way you look at it, he still was going to need that field goal, so why not just take it then? I honestly have no problem with him doing that. So, because either way, I guess people thought it was easier to try and get the touchdown and the 2-point try first. It is what it is. But, okay, so here's a game that probably looked more interesting at the start of the season. How it compares to now, I don't know. The New England Patriots at the Dallas Cowboys. Well, right away we got to think, how healthy is the Dallas offensive line? You would think they're still good enough to beat the Patriots, but I don't know. It's Bill Belichick. His defense has been pretty decent for the most part in limiting some high explosive offenses like Philadelphia and Miami. So they could definitely take it to Dallas. If Arizona could, so could they. But I don't think New England has the offensive firepower to do it. Mac Jones is an okay. At this point, Mac Jones is more of a backup quarterback, a game manager, if you will. So I got to give the edge to Dallas again. And Dallas, that defense better show up and kick butt because I'm still starting you over my Eagles defense. Or did I? No, I think I started the Eagles defense. That's right, because they're playing the Commanders. And hoping that what you know, Buffalo did to Washington, the Eagles could do it too, which would score me some buku fantasy points. Whew. Oh my gosh. You know what I just realized? I never gave my pick for the Eagles game. I started ranting about my fantasy loss, and it's like, oh my God. It's like, I never picked who's going to win that game. Well, obviously, I'm picking the Birds. Come on. It's like, I thought Tampa was going to be the trap game. I mean, Washington could still be. I mean, those bastards ended their undefeated streak last year, so here's a chance to get payback at home. I'm going with the Eagles all the way, man. The Birds are going to fly at 4-0. Woo! E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles! Although Brian Johnson and that offense really need to tighten some things up. I mean, seriously. Some of his decision-making is just driving me freaking bonkers sometimes. It's like, ugh. It's like, why are you not riding your hot hands and riding them into the end zone when they get you to the red zone? Or it's like, what the hell are you doing calling a pass play on a 3rd and 1 when all you got to do is quarterback sneak it? I'm like, I don't get this guy. But, all right. Anyway, so, Eagles, Cowboys. All right. We're getting down to it. Three more games to pick, and good, because my bladder is acting up again. Unbelievable. All right, we got Cardinals and the 49ers. Well, hey, the Cardinals stymied the Cowboys. Can they stymie the 49ers? I'm going to say no, because the 49ers are a more balanced team. I like them more, but won't be entirely surprised if Arizona does pull it off. I mean, hey, they should have beat Washington. They should have beat the Giants. So technically, the Cardinals should be undefeated. It's crazy when you think about it. With no Kyler Murray, how are they doing it? I don't get it. Everyone thought the Cardinals would just be crap, but they've actually looked pretty good. A team you can't sleep on quite yet. So the 49ers better be ready to play. I think they're going to get a better fight than they did with the Rams, possibly. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, on to the did I make it official? I'm picking the 49ers. 49ers should go 4-0 too. All right, the primetime games. Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Jets. And again, this game looked a lot better at the start of the season before Aaron Rodgers went down. So with that being said, it's going to be the Chiefs. I mean, they better win this game. I mean, it'd be worse losing to this team than they did to the Lions. Not to disrespect the Lions, because they're a lot better than the freaking Jets. I mean, god damn. Oh, yeah. You got to feel bad for those Jets fans. Zach Wilson is definitely not the answer. You definitely have a gritty defense to try and keep you in games, but unfortunately against teams like Kansas City, it's not going to be enough. Chiefs should win this one. Could have a little issue depending on Kansas City's mindset, because you never know about the Chiefs. It's like one week they look so dominant, and the next week it's like, what was that? And finally, Monday Night Football, Seahawks-Giants. If the Giants can come back and beat the Cardinals, I think they could definitely do the same on the Seahawks. But Seattle should win this game. You're good enough to beat the Giants. Just keep that in mind. All right. So there we are. There are my picks for week 4. I apologize for this. Oh my god, my freaking bladder. Well, if y'all watch this, I appreciate it very, very much. A thumbs up, a subscription would be great. And let's enjoy the games, everybody. Go Eagles and go Phillies.